God morning, guys. It is April 10th. We have Jesus calling. Trust me in every detail of your life. That's pretty straight. That's pretty far. I feel like I don't gotta break that down much, but we gonna do it anyway. Trust me in every detail of your life. What does that even mean? What does that mean? Every detail. Right? God's not just saying the spiritual parts. God's not just saying the mental parts. He's not just saying the physical parts. He's not just saying the emotional parts. He's saying all the parts, right? Every single detail, whatever you're thinking of right now, that where you don't trust God, whatever it is, financially, relationshipy, whatever it is, right? Trust him there. Put him there. Nothing is random in my kingdom. Everything that happens fits into a pattern for good to those who love me, right? So that a lot of people would read that and think that contradicts with God's free will that he gave us, but it doesn't at all, right? God says nothing is random in my kingdom. And that is the key part, right? God did give us free will, right? We do have the power to go and do whatever we want. We do have the power to disrespect and leave God, right? But if we come to God, if we join his kingdom, if we are followers of Christ, then nothing is random. Then everything that happens to us will be retrofitted for good. We'll be retrofitted for positivity. We'll be retrofitted for God, for the kingdom, for all the fruits of the Spirit, for everything that God represents, right? Goodness, kindness, gentleness, faithfulness, peacefulness, self-control, right? If we are able to enter God's kingdom, then nothing is truly random anymore because God is supporting us through all. Even when people aren't in God's kingdom, God's still supporting them, right? But if they go through something, if they go through trials and tribulations, if they go through hard times, which we will, right? They're not going to handle it the same way someone who follows God does. They will not handle it in a way where it can get better. Most people handle things where it just gets worse and worse, right? Where you take on things like revenge or sadness or depression or anxiety, right? If you are in God's kingdom, all those things are just stripped away from you, right? You know that at the end of the day that there is a God out there backing you up, that he does love you, that he does support you, that no matter what, you will get through this hard time and it will work out for your benefit because that's who our God is, right? Everything that happens fits into a pattern for good to those who love me. That's simple. Instead of trying to analyze the intricacies of the pattern, focus your energy on trusting me and thanking me at all times. Not God saying instead of trying to make it like use our own power to understand it, to connect to it, right? Just give it up to God, right? Nothing is wasted when you walk close to me. Even your mistakes and sins can be recycled into something good through my transforming grace. That's exactly what I was saying, right? When we truly are in God's heaven, right? Nothing is wasted. Whatever situation we go through can be used to benefit. It can be used to be our good, to be used to learn from, right? And that's why our God is so good. We have the only God on the planet where he can turn any negative into a positive. And we need to take advantage of that, right? A lot of people don't truly understand that. We don't truly think about that on a day-to-day basis, but it is a fact, right? Even your mistakes and sins can be recycled into something good through my transforming grace. While we're still living in darkness, I began to shine the light of my presence into your sin-stained life, right? Before we even knew him, before we even knew how impactful God could be in our life, he was still shining light in there. Just like I said, right? Even if you don't follow God, God is still out there supporting you through our sin-stained life. Finally, I lifted you up out of the mire into my marvelous light, right? There's people who can go through life and just get glimpses of God, right? Just get glimpses of light. And a lot of people call those things coincidences, right? Or they say some divine power, or they say, I know something's out there, but I don't know what it is, right? Those are the people who get these little glimpses of God, but aren't fully convinced, aren't fully converted, aren't fully trusting or empathetic towards God and want to learn more and want to get closer to him, right? But then there are other people who truly see those lights, see those coincidences, see those happenstances, see those miracles, right? That we think are just random and we take for granted, and they want to indulge in it. They want to go into it more, right? And then that's when God can lift us up into his marvelous light. Having sacrificed my very life for you, I can be trusted in every facet of your life. Guys, it's time to start implementing God into more aspects, into more scenarios, into more situations of our life than just what we're doing now, right? Whatever you're doing now, it is not good enough, right? And I don't even know, you could be one of the best followers of God on the planet, but it's still not good enough. Still strive, keep going to let God into more areas of your life, right? Every single situation, every single category, whatever you can think of, whatever you're thinking of right now, where you don't let God in, where you want to just be left alone, where you want to be left alone with your human desires so you can do whatever you want, let him in there, right? Let's see where this comes from. Jeremiah 17:7. But blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. And we have Romans 8:28. We are assured and know that God being a partner in their labor, all things work together and are fitting into a plan for good to and for those who love God and are calling according to his design and purpose. And then we have Psalm 42. He drew me up out of a horrible pit, a pit of tumult and of destruction, out of the miry clay, forth in slime, and set my feet upon a rock, steadying my steps and establishing my goings. And then finally we have 1 Peter 2:9. But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, his own special people, that you may proclaim the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. That is April 10th. I love you guys so much. Hope you guys learned something with that. I'll say amen.